Hi, I'm Joe Cannon, and it looks like we're going to have a class together this semester, so I thought use this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about who I am, and that's it. So I was, um, I was born in upstate New York. I moved to Milwaukee, and living in Wisconsin was a big formative experience on me because I lived there when I was in elementary school and junior high, and I guess that's about the time you oftentimes make your sports team favorites, and I'm a big Green Bay Packers fan. Uh, After that, I moved to Illinois. I went back to Wisconsin to Marquette University as an undergrad. At Marquette, I was a marketing major, and so eventually took that to a job in sales with the Eastman Kodak Company. And at Eastman Kodak, I lived in upstate New York, in Rochester, New York. I also lived out in California, both in Sacramento and in the Silicon Valley area. Later moved to New York City, and then went to grad school at North Carolina, and lived in Georgia and Colorado as well. So my work experience, I mentioned I was with Kodak. I was in technical sales and marketing with the Eastman Kodak Company for 6 years. At that point, while I was there, I also went to Santa Clara University, so I can relate a little bit to many of you who are working full-time and also working on getting an MBA. And I was doing that myself for a while. Before I finished the MBA, though, I ended up deciding I wanted to go get my PhD, and so I went to the University of North Carolina to get my PhD. My first academic job was at Emory University, and taught there for 5 years before coming to Colorado 22 years ago, and I've been working at CSU since that time. Right from the start, when I started here, I was teaching. Back then we called it distance education, and CSU has a long tradition in having distance education, and I've been teaching in it myself for more than 20 years now. So what else can I tell you about myself? My teaching experience is a lot in the MBA program. I've taught a lot of online MBA and other MBA classes. Taught the marketing management class. I've taught marketing strategy and planning. Also taught introduction to marketing at the undergraduate level, and marketing strategy and planning. That's our capstone course at the undergraduate level. So that's kind of a lot of the professional background stuff. What do I do for fun? I like to ride my bike a lot, and I've become a big cyclist, especially in the last 5 or 6 years. A couple of years ago, I rode my bike to Wisconsin. I'm hoping one of these days soon to realize a dream I've always had, which is to ride my bike all the way across the country. And also enjoy listening to music. Fort Collins is a great place to listen to music and drink beer, another one of my favorite hobbies. Also like to listen to books and podcasts. I do a lot of reading on the job, and then do some listening to books a lot of times when I'm riding my bike. My family, I've been married for more than 30 years. I met my wife when we were both working at Eastman Kodak. I have three girls, 3 daughters. One lives in New York City, where she works for SAP in kind of a marketing type of role in a special unit they have called SAP Next Generation that supports entrepreneurs, and particularly social entrepreneurship. My second eldest daughter works down in Denver for a luxury travel company, also working in marketing. Don't know how that happened. Neither one of them went to business school or wanted to go to business school because Dad was a business professor. My third daughter is at the University of Denver, where she's studying international relations. So one of the questions I ask you guys online is, what is something I thought I knew but later found out I was wrong about? And so I think I'll answer that question for you and tell you one of the things I thought I knew was I thought people made decisions for rational reasons. And one of the things I've learned, and actually there's a lot of academic support for it as well, is people tend to make decisions on emotional reasons, or maybe things that don't make any sense from a rational perspective. And because of that decision making, one of the things you'll see in the classes I teach is I do try to introduce students to models and frameworks which will help them make more rational decisions, because usually making more rational decisions based on data and knowledge and expertise that they might have or be able to draw upon results in a better decision. And so that's something I think that's important. So anyway, I look forward to working with all of you this upcoming semester, and thank you.